What up, my guys? On to another show, man. NBA Talk with Jay. I know what it is. Nighttime NBA Talk with Jay, man. It's all love. I appreciate everybody for tuning in. I appreciate everybody for typing. We will win at the end of shows. Appreciate you guys sending all the positivity. It's working. I'm not here to waste your time, man. The lines are moving. I'm making plays. I got to get the plays out first. I got to make my plays first, though. You see what I'm saying? But let's get straight to it here. There is a couple of spots that are speaking to me in this one. One of these lines is moving. But I don't really care, to be perfectly honest with you, man. I'm on it. I think that they probably gonna fuck around and win the game. But I'm gonna go through the pick first, man. The play that's speaking to me, man. The finals rematch. Y'all know what I'm doing, man. The finals rematch. I gotta rock with the Heat. I got the Heat on right now. I got the fucking heater on right now. It's hot as hell in here, man. But rocking with the Heat. Took +5.5, +5. It's down to 4. It's coming down to 4.5 now. I believe there's still a 5 out there. I'm rocking with the Heat. I do think that it might be worth a sprinkle on the money line in this one, man. I'm trying to go 4 for 4 one time for the one time, man. So let me break down the rest of the games. There's another spot that's really close as well, but the Heat plus the 5.5 is going to be the play of the day in this one, guys. First game up. Let's go over here to the streets of Charlotte in this one, man. Hornets getting 11.5 points at the house versus the Bucks. Won't spend too much time on this game, and I don't really need to, man. Probably about a minute on this one. Bucks they figure shit out. They're 3-0 straight up and against the spread. They just faced the Hornets, absolutely smoked them. They got up by damn near 50 points in that game, man. So in theory, you could say that the Hornets might want major revenge in this one, but the Bucks they're not looking back after starting so bad. They're really starting to find things out, figure things out. The Hornets just way too small for these guys. First game of a back-to-back. They come home off a 4-game road trip, come home for one game, and then they're going to head right back out on the road and play Philly and Toronto. First game of a back-to-back in this one. I don't really see them having a chance to compete here. So I'm not landing 11.5 with the Bucks here, but that's the only way that I look in this game. Now, this one's really close to being the play of the day. We're going to the streets of Orlando in this one. Magic land 5 points at the house versus the Utah Jazz. They already beat Utah in Utah as well as land a 1.5 as well. The Magic have won 4 of their last 5 games, 6 of the last 8. Historically, they've been owned by the Jazz. They've only won 2 of their last 10 matchups, but the tides have turned. I think it's important to notice when the tides have turned. Now it's time for the Magic to smack the Jazz up probably for the next 10 games. The Magic are in a groove right now. The Jazz, they're not. They're 1-6 straight up and against the spread in the last 7 games. I think the Magic are worth the play here, to be honest with you. There's only 2 games that I'm absolutely loving. The Heat is the number 1, and after it, right behind it, I'm talking about on its fucking heels, is the Orlando Magic laying the 5 points. I do think it's the right side in this particular game, and I also expect Banchero to be back as well. He went through shoot around the last game. He didn't end up playing. They didn't need him. They went out there and smoked the Nets. This is the game that Banchero probably comes back. I think Magic minus the 5 is the right side in this game, guys. Let's go over to the streets of New York in this one. Knicks getting 3.5 points at the house versus the Golden State Warriors in this one. The Warriors need every single win that they can get, my guys. They're 18-8 against the spread on the road. Brunson is questionable here. He probably comes back after a 1-game absence with the neck issue. The last time these two teams played, the last time the Warriors played in MSG, they got smoked 132-94, guys. They lost. Oh, we got S. Dot in the chat. Put your fucking good luck Heat jersey on, S. Dot. I'm going to need it, man. We're going to need all the luck because both of those teams are hot, but I'm going to break it down here in a sec. But the last time the Warriors played in Madison Square Garden, there was no Steph Curry. They got smoked by 38 points, my guys. They lost 132-94. I'm sure guys like Draymond are going to remember things like that, in my opinion. Knicks have not been in the groove. 1-9 against the spread in their last 10 games. Now, the Warriors are entering a tough stretch. They got to try and win. They got to try to win this game because they got a really tough spot the next night versus the Toronto Raptors here, man. So I do lean to the Warriors. I'm probably not going to bet this game, but I do. And if you like the Warriors, if Brunson plays, it's probably going to at least go down to 1.5. So if you're expecting Brunson to play and you like the Warriors, you can wait. If you don't think he's going to play, then you go ahead and take it tonight. But I do lean to the Warriors here, but I also think that Brunson's going to play, if that makes sense. So if I like the Warriors and I think Brunson's going to play, I wait till he's ruled in, and then you can get -1.5, -1. You never know. Knicks might even close as the favorite there, man, but could only look towards the Warriors in that particular spot. Wiggins is still out, though, guys. I just like to let you know that. Let's go over to the streets of Brooklyn in this one. Nets laying a point and a half. I don't know what to fucking do with this game, man. I don't want to bet either one of these teams. Now, I do notice that the Hawks are playing a lot better without Trae Young. The beat writers they don't want to believe it yet, like that this team is better without Trae Young. I know that they are. They are going on the road here. The Hawks are in they're somewhat in the groove without Trae Young, in my opinion, 2-0 straight up and then against the spread. They did lose by 1 to the Brooklyn Nets on December 6th at the house versus the Nets. The Nets have actually covered, they've covered 4 straight games. These two teams have faced off twice already this year. The Hawks won the first one, then the Nets won the next one by 1. I believe, let me see, I believe both of those were in, both of those games were in Atlanta. The Hawks won the first one by 2 points in overtime, 147 to 145, and then the next one, the Nets won 114 to 113. The Nets have actually covered 4 straight versus the Hawks here. The Cam Thomas is still out for the Nets. They do get Ben Simmons back for this game. I wouldn't be surprised whichever one happened. I do think the Nets, like with Kevin Ollie, they were obviously they got the win versus the Grizzlies. It was a horrible spot the next night versus the Magic. Magic had double revenge. They were turned up for their game. I do think the Nets might start playing better under Ollie. They're figuring out his plays. They're trying to get back on defense, but the Hawks are also going to start to play better without Trae Young as well. So I could see this game going either way. It's not necessarily a 1-800 gambler game, but it is a coin flip game. I do think this is like flip a coin game, to be perfectly honest with you, man. Let's go over here to the streets of San Antonio in this one, man, where we have the San Antonio Spurs getting 11 points, 11 and a half points, whichever one you call it, at the house versus the Thunder. I need SGA to win MVP. I believe he's going to win MVP. He's probably going to go for another 30 points in this game, maybe even 35 as well, because the Spurs don't have nobody that's finna lock down on SGA. So SGA points is probably going to be a good look here. He's going to try to get 30 to 35 points for the rest of the season, guys. I believe he has 43 30-point games so far this season. That's the most in the NBA. He's number 1 in total points. He's number 1 in steals. He's number 1 in net rating. I think SGA is the MVP of the league, my guys, especially if the Thunder, even if they close at the number 2 seed, I think SGA gets the number 2 seed there. But this is obviously, I think this is somewhat of a bounce back spot for the Spurs. Now, I'm not taking this game, guys, so you don't have to take what I'm saying into too much account, but I do think the Spurs here plus 11 could have some merit. The Thunder are ballers. The Thunder are the much better team, and they've already beaten the Spurs twice already this year and smoked them 123 to 87 and then 140 to 114. So I can't go near the Spurs here, but I'm not going to lie. I do slightly lean their way in this double revenge spot. This is their first game home since February 3rd, and I looked at it last year off their rodeo road trip. I didn't really care about anything before that because last year they were tanking. What did they do coming off their rodeo road trip? They beat the Pacers outright as 5-point underdogs here. So I do feel like they can come home off their rodeo road trip and be turned up to play in their home arena there. The Thunder are 5-0 straight up in and against the spread the last 5 meetings, though, guys. So I'm not betting against the Thunder. I'd rather just take SGA's points here, or maybe you could just take like SGA 30 plus Thunder win or something like that. But if the Spurs did cover the spread or like lost by 10, I wouldn't be a bit surprised. But I'm not fucking with this game. I'm telling you that right now. But SGA points, I do think that's a really good look here, to be perfectly honest with you. Let's go over to the streets of Phoenix in this one. Suns laying 8 points at the house versus the Houston Rockets in this one. This is a revenge spot for the Suns. Remember, they just lost to the Houston Rockets. They led out of the break 22-6 in Houston on February 23rd. They were up 46-35 with 4.5 minutes left in the second quarter, and then everything just fell apart from there. They actually had got down by like 10 points, came back and made it close. They lost the game by 4 points. They've lost 3 of the last 4 matchups versus the Rockets. We know that the Rockets are not a bet-on team on the road, guys. This team is 5-23 straight up on the road, 10-18 against the spread. I'm not looking towards backing the Rockets on the road. They can come out and have a good game, and then before you know it, they're down by double digits, man. So this is a revenge spot for the Suns. I'd lean towards the Suns here. Let me say, maybe first half could be a better spot. I do think there's a spot to rock with the Suns here. I'm just not totally sure about it. I'm gonna sleep on it, but this game could also get out of hand as well, man. So probably would go with Suns in the full game, but I wouldn't be surprised if they came out in the first half as well, man. Now let's get over here to the game of day. Unfortunately, the line started to move because they were saying that Jamal Murray is uncertain. I don't give a damn who plays. He probably plays. Everybody probably plays for the Nuggets. Now I'll tell you guys, it's a little scary. The Nuggets have started. Now they did come out and get down 15 15 to the Kings and then just absolutely turned it on. And the Nuggets can do that at the house, but they're still on the back-to-back here, and you're still gonna have a Heat team that's coming into this game fucking pissed. Like when you lose in the finals and you lose 4-1 in the finals, you're working out all season. You're worried, you might be on vacation thinking about the fucking Nuggets and Nikola Jokic and Jamal Murray. Like they literally just held them back from getting a ring. I think the Heat finna turn up in this particular spot, man. Now I know that they're on the road. I know that this is the fourth straight road game for the Heat. Last game on this road trip as well. I don't care. I got to take the Heat plus the points in this game. This team has been red fucking hot, man. They do have championship revenge. This is a bounce back J spot for the fucking Heat. They lost 4-1 in the finals. They've lost 9 of their last 10 meetings versus the Denver Nuggets. They're red hot right now. Both of these teams are red hot, but the Heat are actually a little bit hotter. Won 5 straight games. They've won 7 of their last 8 games. They've won 8 of their last 10 games. They're really in a groove right now. They're 8-0 against the spread in their last 8 games. I think they fucking make it 9-0 tomorrow. This is the 5th game in 8 days for the Denver Nuggets and a back-to-back coming off a revenge game versus the Nuggets. Versus the Kings. There was a triple revenge spot versus the Kings. That's why they wanted to smack them up. Wish that Fox was in there and made them work a little bit harder. None of the Nuggets had to play in the third quarter, but in the fourth quarter. But Jokic still end up playing let me see. Jokic didn't play 42 minutes. That's not right. I think Jokic played 32 minutes. Something's not right, my guys. Let me just see real quick. I got to see the actual minutes because I know Jokic didn't play 42 minutes. Let me just see real quick. I'm pretty sure that he played like 32 minutes, man. I don't know why this website is tripped out. It's crazy because I'm looking at the screen, but I know that shit is not right because nobody played in the third quarter. They didn't need to in the fourth quarter. So Nikola Jokic, 32 minutes. Jamal Murray, 32 minutes. KCP played 28 minutes. Porter Jr. and Gordon played 24 minutes. So they didn't have to play a ton of minutes, but they still on a back-to-back here. Now, the Nuggets play really well at the house, but I know that the Heat are going to be chomping at the bit in this particular matchup, my guys. The Nuggets are only 4-7 against the spread on a back-to-back. The Heat, 17-12-1 against the spread on the road. The Nuggets are only 13-14 against the spread at the house, man. So that's my play today. I got to rock with the Heat. I'll be honest, like it's obviously not the best of spots, the fact that the Heat are on the road last game of 4 games, but I just know that the first time that they face up against the Nuggets, they're going to want this game. And the Heat have actually made some offensive upgrades. Like when you got DeLon Wright coming off the bench and you got Terry Rozier starting, that's an upgrade from having Kyle Lowry out there. You see what I'm saying? Hopefully Tyler Hero comes back to play in this game. That his knee did buckle the other day, but some tells me that these guys are going to be fucking ready for this fucking game, my guys. Championship revenge, finals revenge is a real thing. If there's one team that's going to take it really serious, it's going to be the Miami Heat. Yeah, I know I'm right there with you, Sean Murph. I wish the game was in Miami, but it's just a spot that I got to take. It's between the Heat and the Magic for me, guys. So I went and broke down the card. Finna get out of here, my guys. But that's what I like, man. The Heat, this is the game. This is the next step for the ladder. See what I'm saying? We climbing up the fucking ladder. Give me the Heat there, plus the 5 is the play of the day. And then on the opposite end, do kind of like the Magic there, to be honest with you, man. I hadn't betted, and these were going tiff and tat for the best spot, but the finals revenge just absolutely spoke to me. The Pacers the day before, it spoke to me. I said, I really feel like I'm finna go 3-3 here. And then after I make my plays, I'm already looking forward to the next day, and I said the Heat, the championship revenge spot is speaking to me, and I have to take it. Nothing is guaranteed, guys. Never bet over your head. Never have a regret. Never take a bet that you might regret as well. I won't regret this shit. I like the Heat in this one. I think they fuck around and win this game outright, my guys. It's all love. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Type "we will win" in the chat. Let's keep this shit going. I appreciate y'all for tuning in, man. Let's get this motherfucking cash. Let's go, my guys. Let's go. The time is now. The time is now, my guys. If you got to take 4.5, I still take Heat plus 4.5. The way even if we're taking 5.5, I'm expecting them to win this game. I'm not taking the money line. I always take the points just to be if you're gonna give me points, I'm gonna take it. You see what I'm saying? But let's get this cash, my guys. I appreciate everybody for tuning in. Type "we will win" in the chat. Even if you come back and watch the show, type "we will win" in the comments. It's all love. Let's cash, my guys. Let's go back tomorrow, 1 p.m. Eastern. Let's fucking go, baby.